We're going to be making very soft body butter, and you'll notice I have listed all the things that you should have ready to roll when you start to make this. It makes it so much easier, and you'll thank yourself afterwards. When you're making any product with essential oils, you'll want to have everything spotlessly clean and wear gloves. I'll put mine on here. We're going to I've pre-measured some of the ingredients, but I'm going to show you how to do them so that when you're actually making it at home, you'll know just how it all goes. You start off with the hardest carrier first, which in our case is the wax. So you're going to put a pot of water that is approximately a third to a quarter full. You do not want any water getting into your Pyrex cup or it will make it spoil. So there we go. And once it's up to a boil, you'll turn it down to a simmer. Then you'll put in your beeswax first. And that will start to melt while we do the rest of things. Now this is 1/2 ounce of organic beeswax. Get it all in there. And you can go right ahead and add your jojoba oil with that. I think it actually makes it melt a little faster. So we've got our jojoba and our beeswax in the pot. And you can see that I kept the handle off and everything is in there. Just swish it around and let it start to melt. And while that's happening, show you how to measure. Now you're going to need a scale that has a tar button. That's very important. We want to make sure our measurements are very exact or your product will not turn out as you had hoped for. So you turn on the scale, place your measuring jar on it, hit the tar button, and then we know that we're going to get the right amount. And we're going to be putting in the shea butter, and we need 1.5 ounces of shea butter. Now this is extremely sticky stuff, so you'll want to be extra careful measuring it not to get it all over the place. Perfect. All right, now that doesn't happen very often, so that's great. And seal up your jars once you're done. And we will be using 3 essential oils to make this. We have lavender, this is French lavender, and ylang ylang, and geranium. Now all 3 of these oils are skin nourishing, and they're also very calming and uplifting. So it's a great blend for more than one reason. All right, let's see how we're doing over here. In the meantime, I'm going to grab, so we can continue, this is just to save some time. You can actually put the drops in, but we're waiting for the beeswax. I'm going to put in 8 drops of ylang ylang. And if you happen to get an extra drop in, it's really okay, because orifices, which are the dropper here, they can vary from different brand to different brand of essential oils. Get a little bit of an air bubble going on there. That happens quite frequently. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you will want to cap your essential oils as soon as you can, otherwise they can start to oxidize, and you want to preserve them for a long shelf life. And we'll do 4 of the geranium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we've got our oils ready to go. And our beeswax is melted. Just switch it around a little bit. Okay. Now, when you put in your shea butter, you want to make sure it is the last thing you put in before the essential oils. If you leave it on the heat too long, it will become grainy, and you don't want that. So we're going to put it in and turn off the heat. Now, if it does not melt with the heat off, and usually it does, then you can turn it on for, you know, a little bit longer just to get that all nicely melted. But the shea butter makes a beautiful butter for your salve or body butter. Once this is melted, we're going to add our essential oils, mix them thoroughly. Make sure they're very thoroughly mixed. And then we will pour them into our jars. And you'll want to have everything laid out prior to starting the process. This will assure you that everything goes smoothly and you don't start running around and your shea butter will get grainy on you, and you don't want that. If it should get grainy, you can remelt it, but it's always better to do it right the first time. I'm getting close here. Now you can change up the oils depending on what your intended purpose is. This one I wanted to do for skin nourishment. You could do a body butter for, say, congestion or something that would support that with eucalyptus and other oils. But just keep a good eye on your shea butter, because like I said, you want to get this out as soon as that shea butter is melted, and we're getting very close here. And whenever you're making any kind of mix, blend on the stove, make sure to put the carriers in according to their hardness. So you start with the beeswax. Some people like to wait for the beeswax to melt and then add the jojoba. But like I said, I have found that adding it with the beeswax seems to make it melt a little faster. Okay, here we go. So we have everything melted, except one little one that wants to linger. He's almost done. One little bit there. Okay, there we go. And if you keep your pot on the stove with the handle hanging out and make sure it's not over the burner, you can just pull it out. If you have to, you can use a pot holder, just to make sure. Now we're going to add our pre-mixed essential oils to the carriers. Dump it right in. And stir it up. Make sure it's all in there really nicely. Now you can see that everything is thoroughly melted. Then pour into your jars. Oh, it smells so good. Fill them up to like the bottom ring. And then if you have any more, you can go back and put a little more in each jar. And we're going to have a little extra, so. Let's see. Now they do harden up pretty quickly. Perfect. Now this is still hot, so place it back on a hot mat. Then cap your body butter. Because those essential oils are volatile, we don't want them to start to evaporate. And the one thing I want to caution you is, when I first started doing this, I thought I would remember what I had made. Well, I didn't. I still have jars, I don't know what they are. So you want to make sure you label them. I have labels here. Now you can use some kind of professional labeling machine, or you can just handwrite it. And just make sure you say what it is and what the ingredients are. And to be correct, you would put your ingredients in, and you would also add the Latin name. This will assure you the next time you make it that you're using the exact same oil, because there are very different oils with the same kind of name. You just want to make sure your Latin name is enclosed. Now, if you do have any questions, you can email me, and I'll be, happy to get back to you. But hopefully this demo has helped you to see how it's done and to allow you to start making them for yourself at home. Thank you.